Hi po ma'am, my name is Justin T. Autentico. I'm from grade 12 Gaspi and this is my report. Media and information sources. Meaning, when looking for information, assistance in discovering relevant and useful sources is required while also having access to credible sources, indigenous knowledge, libraries, and the internet are the three main sources of information. In many cases, information sources are categorized as main, secondary, or tertiary. A. Indigenous knowledge. Indigenous knowledge is a distinctive knowledge kept to a specific group of people. Communities generate and transmit this knowledge in certain periods to be able to adjust their agricultural, ecological, and socio-economic environments. Indigenous knowledge is transferred from one generation to another, either orally, oral tradition, or through cultural rituals. DeWalt 1994 identifies certain features of indigenous knowledge that are highly relevant, conservation, and sustainable growth. Locally appropriate, indigenous knowledge signifies a way of life that has advanced with the local condition. Restraint in resources exploitation, production is survival needs only. Those necessary immediate survival are taken from the environment. Diversified production system. There is no abuse of resources. Various strategies are utilized to avoid risk. These are the another example. Respect for nature. A conservation ethic often exists here. The land is treated as sacred. Human, human dependence on nature for survival. All species are interrelated, hence, one affect the another. Flexibility in indigenous knowledge means adapting to new circumstances and being able to outside knowledge. Social responsibility. These are strong family and communities ties and with them feelings or obligation and responsibility to preserve the land for future generation. B. Library. As defined in Cambridge Dictionary, a library is a building room or organization that has a collection, especially of books, music, and information that can be accessed by a computer for people to read, use, or borrow. Aside from books and journals, libraries also has ad- advanced e-resources. Most libraries offer the following service. Use, User services function in link, linking people to the information they are looking for. Technical services function in gathering, cata- catalog, cataloging, and preparing library materials. Computer services function in maintaining databases, software, programming, web page design, and computer hardware maintains in the library. Administrative services function in managing the library and services, conveying contracts with sellers, supervising the library employees, and preparing budgets. Academic libraries serves college and universities. Public libraries serve cities and towns of all types. School libraries serve students from kindergarten to grade 12. Especially libraries are located in specific environments, example, hospital, corporation, museum, military, private businesses. C. Internet. As defined in the Oxford Dictionary, the Internet is a global computer network. It transmits information stored on one computer to another. It transfers together several information and services such as file transfer, electronic mail, interlinked web page, online chat, and other documents of the World Wide Web. A primary sources of information. Primary sources refer to original materials. These are materials from a certain period of time that have not been filtered, modified through analysis, interpretation, or evaluation. Also, primary sources are the basis of the other researchers. These are commonly the raw products of written text, print or electronic format. Hence, they show originality thinking, present a discovery, or important new information. The following are examples of primary sources of information. Artifact. It refers to something made or created by humans, such as a tool or work of art, especially an object of archaeological interest. Patent. This is the granting of a right to an inventor by a sovereign authority. This grant affords the inventor exclusive right to the patented process, design, or invention for a designated period in exchange for a comprehensive disclosure of the invention. Diary. Diary is a record with distinct entries organized by date, reporting on daily activities or other periods. It can be personal, which may include a person's experience, thoughts, and feelings. Audio-video recording is a recording that contains both audio and video information, usually gained by utilizing a system that contains both a microphone and camera. Other examples of primary sources include emails, interviews, journal, articles, letters, minutes of meeting, conference, and symposia, newspapers, articles, original documents, example, birth certificate, marriage certificate, photographs, records of organization, research survey result, speech, work of art, literature, architecture, and music, and also website. B. Secondary sources of information. Compared to primary sources, secondary sources are not easily defined, generally written after an original product. They usually aim to give reflection or analysis. In short, they are analysis, interpretation, and evaluation of primary sources. Secondary sources are not proof, but rather explanation on and discussion of evidence. Secondary sources may be classified as index type, survey type, and reference type. These are some examples of definition of secondary sources of information. Indexes are typically found as one or more individual volumes at the end of a set. Examples are indexed by bibliography, indexing periodicals, and abstracting periodicals. Survey types involve the product of examination or description of some or something. Examples are reviews, treatises, and monographs. The reference type consists of materials collected from other works such as encyclopedia, dictionary, handbook, manual, and critical tables. C. Tertiary sources of information. The tertiary sources of information are commonly confused with secondary sources. Tertiary sources involve information that collect and organize primary and secondary sources. Tertiary sources including bibliographies of bibliographies, directories and yearbooks, guides to literature, and lists of research in progress. That's all. Thank you.